I'm just the price you pay for not actually knowing how to do these things. It's astonishing. Uh, trying to see if this is legit right now. And if you can't hear me, then I don't blame you. Let me see. I think I put it all together. I think. I mean, this is me you're talking to, so. Uh, Let me see here. So, I think you guys can hear me, right? All right, I'm starting to see some viewers come in here. I think, again, this is me being a noob, but I think I'm trying to get everything configured here. All right, I'm starting to see some viewers come in here. I think, again, this is me. Let me see. Well, I don't know for how many people are here, but welcome to this live stream test of the ACW channel here on YouTube. I'm Hakeem Johnson, your ACW commentator, owner, ruler of the world, as always. Basically, what I'm doing here is I'm basically doing a test of a YouTube live stream. So basically, whenever I want to do some special events, that I could go to this thing here. If you guys want to ask any questions or make a comment or two on the chat, the live chat, then you are more than welcome to do so. This won't be that long. It'll be maybe, I'm guessing this will go around 15 to 20 minutes. So if you are in the chat, if you are watching this live, if you're on the chat, you can send me whatever you want and I will answer it to the best of my abilities. But basically, I am currently right now putting together the remaining shows that I have to put together for ACW for the rest of the season. Excel will probably more likely come on Friday. I'm banking on Thursday, but I'm doubting it, but more likely Friday. Impulse will most likely be on Sunday or Monday. Kind of working on the Animania 4-week festivities. That's like the Hall of Fame ceremony and the ACW Direct, the ACW CCW Super Show, stuff like that. So I'm just really busy right now. I'm just really busy doing a lot of things right now, and I'm just testing these things to see if I can get a feel as to how to use them. You know, I'm pretty good with computer stuff, but for some reason I'm just kind of a noob with this kind of thing. I don't know. But again, if you guys want to send any questions or comments my way, this could be like a mini newscast. I guess we can do this tonight. This could be like a mini live newscast for you guys. So yeah, you guys can send whatever you guys want. I'm just gonna go ahead and look at some of these news items that I'm looking through my feed here to see if I can get some sort of some kind of clue as to what I'm doing here. But um, oh snap! Apparently, Ric Flair accidentally gave away some WrestleMania spoilers on his latest newscast. Oh my god! Someone's got to get Ric Flair away from the bar. Someone's got to get that Jack Daniels away from that man's hands. He's going to ruin this company's plans for WrestleMania this year. I mean, next year. This is ridiculous. Um, for those asking too, because I kind of got some news items on my Facebook and what have you. Uh, I caught glimpse of Raw here and there. Um, for my short opinion, the show sucks tater tots. Apparently, tater tots is a new word, a new phenomenon that I am not aware of. But that is neither here nor there. Yeah, this show keeps getting bad, and now we just got like reports that Raw drew its lowest non-holiday rating in the past decade since February of 1997. It drew I believe, a 2.17. A 2.17. That is scary, folks. That should scare the bejesus out of you. And I don't know honestly what you can do. I don't know what you can honestly kind of do to kind of get rid of this kind of thing. But you know, seems like the WWE keeps getting a little bit worse by the day, and it's their fault, really. It's really their fault. Mainstream wrestling at least has kind of been taken a downward spiral, and I honestly don't know what you can honestly do to kind of get the crowd back into the spirits of making them watch your show anymore. Um, I'm not trying to be the guy to kind of go out there and just shit on the WWE or TNA or ROH or wrestling in general. But let's be honest, man. This kind of period for wrestling is it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad to kind of witness and see. Um, I think TLC is this Sunday. I don't even know when TLC is. That's how much I really don't care for the product. I don't think I've watched the full episode of Raw since I want to say I think after SummerSlam. I think after SummerSlam. I think that's when I stopped watching Raw in full, and I don't watch SmackDown. And NXT I only watch for the specials, but even that gets old for a while. So you know, I'm just kind of sitting here, just looking at myself and thinking, well, why would you give Roman Reigns the microphone to close the show? Why would you do the 16-man elimination tag whatever match to start the show, knowing that nothing can top it? You know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of makes no sense to me. Yeah, that's just my opinion. Um, but again, if you guys want to let me know what your thoughts on Raw was last night, or your thoughts on TLC heading into this Sunday, you're more free to do so. You are more than welcome to talk about how much you're feeling the company right now, or wrestling in general. I was at work, so I didn't. I really didn't. I only caught like, I want to say, near half of the show. Um, but then again, I went to the bar right after work, and there were two things that were happening. One, people were talking about Raw, and then two, people were talking about the the abysmal Redskins Cowboys game that the Redskins deserved to lose because they blew that call. But it's like the Cowboys win. It's like the Cowboys win only in spite because they're that poor in their division. It's like, I don't know. Like, I didn't buy the hype for the Cowboys last year. Rightfully so. I thought they were an overrated team. I thought people thought Tony Romo was going to be the next coming of what was it, Kurt Warner or something like that. And I'm like, bullshit. That somebody like Tony Romo's going to blow it in like the fourth quarter. He always does. It's not just a meme. It's just the fact of reality. But then again, I can't really talk because as a Broncos fan, Peyton Manning's been throwing bombs all season. Peyton Manning, he got picked at least 7 times in the game too. And, it's the brilliant way that Peyton Manning, he doesn't snap the ball anymore. He just pushes it forward. And that's not necessarily a good thing in his age. He's about 40 or nearing 40 at least. He's getting old. You can see his age. His pocket precision strategies are no longer a factor because you got young, hungry defense teams that are just going to sack this dude. And for the guy's age, that's not a good thing. And even though he's a playmaker, he's a chess master when it comes to the intelligence of the quarterback position, even that is starting to falter a little bit because now he's making questionable decisions. So you got to put that all in perspective. Quite honestly, I think, if it were up to me, I say you're seeing either a Panthers Patriots Super Bowl or I'm not going to say the Broncos, even though I could easily, but or you can say a Panthers, I don't know, Bengals Super Bowl. I think either one of those two you might be seeing. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know. I can't really predict the Super Bowl. I really can't this year, but I will be looking forward to it. So I don't know. How are some of your guys' teams looking so far? I don't fucking know. You know, I I shouldn't see no 49ers near my chat right now. I should see no Bears fans on my chat. I should be seeing no Seahawks fans on my chat. I don't want to see none of y'all on my chat right now. All right? But let's see. Carl Revere 2010 kind of quoted what Gregory Helms said last night about Raw. He said it was WCW Thunder bad. Damn, that's a statement. That's coming from somebody that was in WCW, so he has all the credentials to say it. Yeah, it's just I know we make the joke about WWE being WCW 2000 bad, but compared to WCW in 2000 and WWE at its current state, there's a lot of similarities in there. You've got the lack of a mid card division. Your tag teams are faltering. Your Divas division, well, at least at this case, WWE has a Divas division, but even then, the Divas division is not being properly utilized. I'm seeing Charlotte turn heel all of a sudden when just a month ago she was the ultimate babyface as a champion, and now Paige, who was the one being disrespectful as a heel, is now looking to turn back into a babyface. Like, they have no idea what they're doing with that division. It's sad. It's almost damn near ridiculous. And then your main event scene, where you're trying to build up some new talent like a Roman Reigns and a Dean Ambrose, and you still got your established ones like Del Rio and Sheamus. It's just that you have nothing for them. Sheamus now needs a stable to keep his title. Roman Reigns now needs a stable to keep himself in the forefront of the main event scene. And then you've got the Wyatts that are floating around with the Dudleys. The Dudleys are in some sort of ECW reunion again because we haven't seen that before. It's just a lot of problems right now. Just a lot of things going on with the WWE that, quite honestly, it makes no sense when you think about it. I mean, quite honestly, like, let me ask you guys in the chat. I don't know how many people. I see a lot more people in the chat now, but let me ask you guys: how do you see WrestleMania 32 going to be at this point? How do you see WrestleMania 32 stacking up? Because quite honestly, I've made my predictions here and there, but I don't necessarily know. And quite honestly, that's not a good thing. You should kind of get a sense of where WrestleMania 32 is going to go. The WWE is trying to set a attendance record inside Cowboy Stadium. Vince McMahon has such an ego. He wants to be able to beat Jerry Jones at his game and say, I outdrew your Dallas Cowboys, which quite honestly is not that hard to do. But just the point being remains, though, how are you going to be able to do that if your WrestleMania 32 card doesn't seem promising? You know what I mean? Like, the only thing you've got guaranteed is that it will be Taker's last match. Taker will be going to the Hall of Fame the night before. He'll wrestle his final match at WrestleMania 32. And then on Monday, he'll say goodbye to the entire WWE Universe. You got that guaranteed. But what else do you got now to show for it to back up that night, which will center around The Undertaker? I mean, let's be quite honest. Right now, Roman Reigns looks like a guy that could possibly win the Rumble again. I'm sorry if that pisses a lot of you off, but you guys can't really tell me anybody else, at least in the full roster right now, the full active roster, that can really have a case to win the Rumble other than Roman Reigns, unless you pull a surprise appearance like maybe from, Brock Lesnar or something like that. But even then, who else but Roman Reigns could win that Rumble? Who are you going to do? Wyatt? I don't think Wyatt's going to be going for the heavyweight title go WrestleMania. They're not going to give the chance to Dean Ambrose or Kevin Owens or Cesaro, who's injured, or Randy Orton, who's injured, or Dolph Ziggler for that matter. So it's like, what do you do? How would you be able to do it? Because a lot of these certain internet wrestling fans try to sabotage Roman Reigns' path to WrestleMania 31 this year. And let's clear the air right now. Had none of you guys sabotaged Roman Reigns' eventual ascension to the title, he was going to win that title at WrestleMania 31, not Seth Rollins. They had to do it because they had no choice. They boxed themselves in a corner like they did last year at WrestleMania 31. They had to have Daniel Bryan win the title after Undertaker's streak was broken. Understand that. And you see the consequences of doing that now. Seth Rollins, one of the lowest WWE World Heavyweight Champions of all time. It was damn near most laughable, like HBK in 1996 or Diesel in 1995. It was that bad, folks. So what do? Do you take the risk and try to make a Dean Ambrose to go through that again? Listen, I like Dean Ambrose. But Dean Ambrose's character and his direction, there is no way in hell he should be even going close to that title until he's built it to a situation where it's believable. There's no way anyone's believing that Dean Ambrose is winning the title from a Sheamus or even a Brock Lesnar or a John Cena. And I've been seeing also rumors that Brock Lesnar is going to face Kevin Owens. Excuse the fuck out of me. I love Kevin Owens, okay? I was a fan of Kevin Steen before everyone even knew there was a Kevin Owens. But let's get one thing straight here. Nobody, and the casuals are what matter with the WWE, clearly, because they clearly don't give a damn about the ratings, but they'll still appeal to the casuals. But that's the thing, though. They care about the casual fans. They know that people like us, the hardcore or known wrestling fans, are always going to be there. But they want to appeal to the casual fans, and the casual fan is not going to buy a Kevin Owens who has a meaningless Intercontinental title and runs away from fights, have to face a beast in Brock Lesnar. There is no way none of you are going to be able to tell me otherwise that you would actually buy that as a situation. Brock Lesnar will rip apart Kevin Owens. Let's keep that honest here. The same people that said, oh no, I want to see Brock Lesnar go one-on-one against Daniel Bryan this year at WrestleMania 31. No one was buying that. You guys thought Daniel Bryan was a match to Brock Lesnar? Maybe Bryan Danielson back in PWG, ROH, Dragon Gate USA, maybe, but not Daniel Bryan. Not Daniel Bryan, who's got a catchphrase, which I love, but don't get me wrong, but a catchphrase that doesn't get you that far. So what else do you have left? I know people are going to say Roman Reigns can't talk on the can't talk on the mic, and going by last night, that doesn't help his case. But again, Randy Orton was champion for how many times? And people surely didn't have a problem with him holding the title. Cena has his bad promos as well. Daniel Bryan is the most charismatic promo cutter in the world as well. So what does Roman Reigns make so much? Brock Lesnar can't cut a promo. So what does Roman Reigns really do that is any bad, worse or better than all the ones I mentioned? And also Roman Reigns has also been able to improve in his matches. If there was an award that said the most improved wrestler of the year, I would give it to Roman Reigns. He has improved tremendously. His finishes to matches have become more spectacular. He's wrestling with some of the best wrestlers and best workers in the ring right now, whether that's a Daniel Bryan or a Dean Ambrose or even an Alberto Del Rio. So Roman Reigns, I think you guys need to back off of Roman Reigns and just let the man live. Like, give the man a shot. Give the man a chance to show that he can improve. A lot of you people, well, not you people, but the generation before were giving the same shit to Rocky Maivia because he was a bland babyface until he broke out on his own and became The Rock. Now, I'm not saying that Roman Reigns will be a Rock per se, but I'm telling you, just give Roman Reigns a chance to really express himself. The time will come when Roman Reigns will want to find a way to express himself, and that way you guys will forget about, hey, remember when we used to hate that guy? So just back off. But I don't know. What did you guys think of Raw last night? Did I miss anything? Oh, how could I forget? New Day. Listen to me. Everyone that knows me should know that I wasn't a fan of the New Day gimmick, and in many ways I'm still not. But damn it, they're like the most entertaining part of Raw week in and week out. Big E Langston, Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, those guys are money, and I'm glad that they're actually using them to really exploit the way that they've turned a shit kind of situation and made it into chicken salad. It's really a great thing to see that Xavier Woods being the mouthpiece, Kofi Kingston being the happy-go-lucky over baby face that he is, and then Biggie Langston doing all the gyrations and twerking. It's awesome. And now they're starting to incorporate Team Bad in it as well. And if you're not going to do anything with Sasha, at least make Sasha somewhat entertaining for us to see week in and week out. Then, because Lord knows you can't put Sasha in this Divas Division title match because Paige, who hasn't been played out already, is not, and then Charlotte, who still doesn't connect unless she's with her father doing the woo chops. So yeah, but no, Sasha at least. Sasha can be a superstar tomorrow. She can be the next Trish Stratus if he wants to be. Just no one's going to give the chance for her to do it. But like I said, the thing is, there's certain entertaining aspects. I don't know what the Miz is doing with Neville. And I can see already that they're trying to get Neville away from his superhero gimmick. I think that's a terrible thing to do. But again, this is the WWE in 2015 and yada, yada, yada. And all that stuff. Alberto Del Rio. I gotta ask you guys a question about Alberto Del Rio. I don't know if it's just me. But has Alberto Del Rio looked more ripped and bigger in mass? Like, I think this is the most in shape, the most cut I've ever seen Alberto Del Rio be in. Like, I was watching Raw at the bar, and one of the guys that were sitting next to me while we were watching was like, I was like, yo, Alberto Del Rio looks really buff. He's like, oh, this is probably the steroids. Now, I don't know. I'm not going to make any accusations here or there, but, Alberto Del Rio looks, swollen away. You know what I'm saying? So, Alberto Del Rio as U.S. champion, him coming back in the company, I have no problem with. I've always liked Alberto Del Rio as a worker. He's easily one of the top 5, if not top 3 workers in the WWE today. It's just the problem that I've always had with him is that he's always been some sort of a, bland, bland, kind of over the top, wealthy Mexican stereotype, gimmick. He's like, I don't know if it's his promos, because sometimes in his promos in Lucha Underground, were pretty good. But then his promos in his last few months in the WWE in his first run were pretty bad. So I don't know. But that's just me. But I think Alberto Del Rio coming back is fine. But I'm going to tell you this right now. What I'm not okay with, and I know people are going to buy the bullshit, but I'm here to stop this right now. I don't like this whole League of Nations thing. It sounds like a damn 1980s DC comic villain group. You know what I mean? The League of Nations. Like, what's next? Are we going to have the NATO version to compete with this evil United Nations coming together? Get the fuck out of here. And, if you're going to give Sheamus the title, and let's be honest, Sheamus is a transitional title. He's only holding the belt until he loses it at WrestleMania or even before WrestleMania. At least have him be some sort of a formidable kind of champion. Now he's going around making, wise jokes, which no one finds funny, and he's trying to hide behind people now and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, Seth Rollins just did that this year. And, and look at the people that he's aligned with. King Barrett. What the fuck have they done with King Barrett that warrants me as a viewer to think he's going to be some sort of credible threat? I like Barrett, but they have completely screwed the pooch on this guy, and it's pretty much too late for Barrett to be ever a credible threat to go for the WWE World Heavyweight title. It's sad, but that's just the way it is. And then you've got Alberto Del Rio. Again, like I said, I have no problem with Alberto Del Rio coming back in the WWE, but but just the simple reason that he's teaming up with Sheamus in this group feels like it's going to undercut his momentum. It's going to undercut his presence coming back from the WWE. And then you've got Rusev, and I'm sorry, Rusev earlier this year was a unstoppable, undefeated threat. Now in 2015, as we're getting close to 2016, he's nothing more than a comedy joke. He's nothing more than this love-struck-in person with Lana now. Apparently, Rusev and Lana are back together, which they had no choice to do. They shouldn't have even separated them in the first place. Why fix something that isn't broken? Which is beyond me. But Rusev too now. Rusev, he's not so much of a threat either. He's more like a comedy act. I'll quote Kevin Castle. I mean, he looks like a mixture of John Belushi and Samoa Joe. So it's not intimidating anymore. Honestly, WWE is so behind the times. You should have done this 5 years ago, damn it. I mean, you're the one that, put this whole damn United Nation storyline in the WWE uh, 12 game, right? Yeah, WWE 12 game, and now you do it 5 years later. It's stupid. Like at least then, Sheamus was just a relatively newcomer with the title. King Bear just broke off a Nexus and is looking to get back as a credible threat. Drew McIntyre was going to make a resurgence, and then William Regal as the mouthpiece, being the one to accompany these three youngsters and mold them into something that he wants them to be. That would have made a compelling stable. That would have made for compelling storylines going against John Cena and Randy Orton and Triple H and even The Undertaker. There could have been a lot of ways you went through at CM Punk. But of course, sorry, United Kingdom, excuse me, not United Nations. But again, 5 years too late. People couldn't give a fuck about Sheamus anymore. Barrett's a non-factor. Rusev has now become a non-factor, and Alberto Del Rio is pretty much just kind of relevating in this suck that is the League of Nations. So, and you know the stable won't last anyway. It'll last till WrestleMania, and then they'll all break apart and start feuding with one another. You know this. You know where this is going. But yeah, I guess before I go, we can go through the TLC card. I'm just gonna go through it by memory. I'm not gonna go on www.com and search it because I pretty much don't give a damn. But let's talk about it. I guess it was announced on Raw. It was a 4-on-4 elimination match between the Wyatt family and the ECW guys. The Wyatts have to win that match. Let's be honest. The Dudley Boys are only here to come back and put people over, which they should be doing at this point in their careers. If they get a tag team title run, that's fine for their nostalgia factor. But they're here to put tag teams over. They're here to put the future guys over. And after the Y families, in my opinion, looked like some jabronis against Undertaker and Kane at Survivor Series, they need to beat the ECW guys here at TLC. There's no other way around it. If you want to keep the Wyatts still as a credible threat, if you want people to still think the Wyatts are relevant in this modern era of the WWE, you have no choice but to put the title on. Not the title. You have no choice but to put them over in this match over the ECW originals. And by the way, I like ECW as well. But enough of the damn ECW reunions. We get it. ECW was a special part of the 90s. The ECW group was a kick to the face towards professional wrestling at the time. ECW is influential. ECW is impactful. ECW changed the game in professional wrestling. We get it. But do we need a damn ECW reunion, which seems like to be every damn year? It doesn't matter whether it's WWE doing it or TNA doing it or any of these independent promotions doing it. It's enough. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of listening and hearing about ECW reunions here. Like, I'm tired of hearing of Shane Douglas trying to still do these ECW reunion shows at the Independents. I'm tired of all these shoots about ECW that you've heard all so many times. I'm tired of all these ECW DVD releases that you've seen all the matches for, and you know from the WWE they're going to mute and censor them anyways. And I'm just tired of these ECW reunions in general. It's time for the goddamn future. And you can call me whatever you want saying that, but at some point, we got to move forward here and say ECW was what it was back then. WCW was what it was back then. But it's no longer the case anymore, my man. It's no longer the case where ECW should still be a relevant thing. It's time for the future. It's time for the Roman Reigns. It's time for the Dean Ambrose. It's time for the Kevin Owens. It's time for the Bray Wyatts and the Wyatt families. It's time for those guys, the Usos. It's time for those guys to come to the forefront and establish their own legacy, to establish their own era. Stop holding these guys back. Stop making these guys seem like they are somewhat can't be able to ever match these guys from the past. Now, granted, they may never, but that'll be on their merit alone. Stop trying to force them. Vince McMahon, Kevin Dunn, Triple H, Stephanie, whoever the fuck is doing this shit. Can you stop and think to yourself and think, gee, WWE, we don't have to go back to the Attitude Era. We don't have to be TV-14 per se, but we don't have to insult the fans' intelligence. The fans know what to expect. I mean, you might be appealing to kids, but who do you think are paying for these kids to come to these shows? Who do you think are the ones making these kids get all the merchandise and watch all the pay-per-views and watch the WWE Network? At the end of the day, us adults, the 18 to 34 demographic, and even 18 to 58-year-old demographic, we're still here to watch. But if you keep insulting the fans, If you keep insulting the casuals thinking that these are who you should cheer for, and then you keep insulting the hardcore audience thinking this is what you want, then no wonder the Raw ratings continue to dwindle downward, downward, and downward. And no, moving SmackDown to USA next month isn't going to solve the damn problem. Quite honestly, SmackDown is nothing more than a Raw recap. And sure, when SmackDown moves to USA in January, they'll treat it like it's important for like a month, and it'll be back to the same old shit. Do you remember when, WWE main event debuted and they gave all those big main event matches, champion versus champion matches, and then a month and a half later, it didn't mean shit. Now I'm hearing reports that fans were leaving the arena before the main event segment. The main event is supposed to carry your, special event coming up this Sunday. That's not good. Record low ratings, record low attendances. That's not good. Yeah, sure, you might be making your monies in certain aspects here, in certain mediums here, but at the end of the day, when you see your fan base dwindling at an alarming rate, there has to be a certain issue that you need to take account for. Because when Universal and NBC start knocking on your door and telling you, we have a problem, what are you going to do about it? That's when shit's going to hit the fan. Now, I'm not going to be one of these people that say WWE will die. I mean, it'll never go away. At least in my experience, or at least in my existence in life, it'll never go away. But at the same time, you can't force yourself to think that everything's all right. No, everything is not all right. Ratings are down. It's not because of the holiday season. It's not because of football season. It's not because of that excuse. It's because the simple fact of the matter is that there's no cool factor. There's no buzz. There is no urgency to watch this show. There is no reason or no rhyme or no purpose to watch this goddamn product anymore. There's no reason to even be invested in this company. If you recall back to that, that newscast last time that I said, professional wrestling is dying a very slow, painful death. Again, it was misconstrued, of course, but the fact of the matter remains, it's dwindling. It is slowly dying. I mean, you're not seeing it really at its effect right now, but it clearly is. It clearly is dying to the point where it's going to become what it was in the beginning, just a carny attraction, a regional carny attraction. That's all it's going to be. UFC, they don't have that star power anymore. They don't have a lot of star powers. Their biggest star just got knocked the fuck out a month ago just now. So you can't just sit there and say that there's nothing wrong. There is something wrong. There are new forms of entertainment. There are new forms of sports. There are new forms of technology that are affecting your business model. That are affecting the way people are viewing your product. Because for me personally, all I do now is just maybe go on YouTube or go on Facebook and watch certain clips and, watch certain, segments from Raw, and I'll be able to catch up, which tells me there's no purpose for me to watch a match anymore. There's no purpose for me to watch a segment live anymore. There's no purpose for me to really get the WWE Network anymore. Quite honestly, the only reason people will watch at this point is from Royal Rumble to WrestleMania. And after that, people couldn't give a shit anything else. Sorry, that's the truth. So you got to ask yourself, what are you going to do about it? I was hearing reports that they're going to start changing riders and that they were setting surveys as to which is better, WWE or NXT. It's all fluff. It's all bullshit. They're not going to really change anything. They're just doing that to make the fans feel like there's going to be some sort of change. There's not going to be no change. Honestly, let me ask you guys on the live chat. Do you guys honestly feel that there was any change? Do you guys feel that there was any type of distinct change on last night's episode of Raw? Did you feel like there was anything big on the horizon for Raw last night? Because I didn't. Seemed like the same old shit to me. It pretty much does. There's like maybe a segment or two that maybe will enthrall you, and that's about it. And WrestleMania 32, it might as well be called Part-Time Mania. And that's what I'm gonna call it for the remainder of this road to WrestleMania. I'm gonna call it Part-Time Mania because that's exactly what it's going to be. They're going to need all the part-timers to make this WrestleMania special. They're going to need Austin. He may not wrestle, but he'll host it. At least it's in Texas. They'll need Austin. If The Rock is available, he'll be needed as well. Triple H will be probably wrestling. If Sting can be able to, he'll be wrestling. Taker will definitely be wrestling. Brock will be wrestling. Jericho will be wrestling. All those guys I named, and they're all part-timers. and yet they're going to be the ones that draw them back, draw the viewers back to buy the the WrestleMania event. They have no choice. They have no choice but to bring those guys back because they have not given the platform for the new guys to make a name for themselves, to make themselves known. And quite honestly, although the WWE is at fault here, the fans are just as much. Listen to wrestling fans, including myself. The WWE insults our intelligence. That is an absolute fact. They clearly do not know what they want to give towards the overall viewers. That's a fact. But understand that you can't get what you always want. There has to be a compromise between us and the company. Okay? Back in 2014, when Batista won the Royal Rumble, I understood why there was a problem. Batista coming back, winning the Rumble, getting all these special treatments over a Daniel Bryan who was becoming the rising star. I get it. I understand it. I understood why Batista got all the flack he got, even though Batista was putting over, the young talent anyways after that. People forget that part. I get it. But this year with Roman Reigns didn't deserve that. People have been bitching and complaining about new talent for years, me included. We're sick of the Shawn Michaels. We're sick of the Triple H's. We're sick of the John Cena's. We're sick of the Randy Ortons of the world. Okay. Here's a new guy, Roman Reigns, who has been built up, by the way, naturally. Everyone should have known the second that the Shield turned on Evolution last year, that Roman Reigns was going to be the guy to be getting the big push out of the Shield. Everyone should have known that. And if you don't, then you haven't been watching wrestling for quite some time. But the point remains, though. Roman Reigns got a natural progression to the top. There was no reason anyone should have gotten mad at Roman Reigns for doing so, because Roman Reigns should not be your anger toward. It shouldn't be the anger that you direct it towards. He's doing his job. He's doing his job to get over. He's not as bad as people make him seem to be. So when I see Roman Reigns get booed like he got booed at the Royal Rumble this year, it just made me shake my head. I'm seeing people saying, if Roman Reigns, we riot. If Roman wins the Rumble, we riot. No, if Roman wins, we're going to bitch on the internet and break our keypads. That's what's going to really happen, which we probably all did anyways. But then it got to the point where the Philly fans were trying to block the wrestlers from escaping the arena, and Philly fans are saying, I'm not going to order the WWE Network, but I'll bring it back once I get WrestleMania 31 near. It's like, shut the fuck up, man. It's like who are you fooling? You can't always get what you want. Like sometimes the company may give you this because that's what we want, but then they won't give you that because that's not what they want to do. The inmates can't always run the asylum. Okay? Eventually the wardens have to beat the inmates back into their cells if they get out of line. You can't always get what you want. And quite honestly, this applies to CAW as well. This applies to virtual wrestling. Just, for some leagues out there. The fans can't always expect what they want. The fans can't always ask for what they want. No company, no wrestling company or colleague that I ever saw have been successful because they always had to appease certain people. No, the best type of leagues, the best type of companies appeal to everybody. Diversity is key. Okay? You're able to spread it. Yeah, somebody might not like this certain segment or this certain match, but maybe somebody else does. There's something for everybody. There's variety. And that's something that is missing in those genres. But at the same time, I don't know. Some people in the chat are saying, I'm just ranting at this point. I am, but I just kind of wanted to kind of explain where I'm coming from with the current, wrestling climate, if you will. I'm just speaking my mind here. I just wanted to kind of talk about that. But So yeah, I won't be watching TLC. I probably won't be watching TLC. I won't be watching TLC. I probably will be doing something else. I will probably be doing something else and probably like watch paint dry or something like that. But nonetheless, I think I'm going to call the newscast here. I just wanted to test to see how the newscast worked, and you shall be getting a lot more of this to come. Now, I want to make an announcement before you guys go. Before you guys go, and do whatever you want to do, I just want to make an announcement. I said that I was going to give some sort of special announcement last night, and I might as well give it here on this live testing or whatever. But um, yeah. So my special announcement is, well, it's kind of more than one announcement, but let me just say this: Animania 4 week, Animania 4 week, the newscast. Well, the first newscast that starts Animania 4 week will be live. So there's one of the announcements. Animania 4, the pre-Animania 4 edition of the newscast will be live here on YouTube. It'll be a 2-hour edition, so I gotta get ready for that. And not only that, I won't be doing that newscast alone. I won't be doing that newscast alone. I'll just leave it at that. But it will be a special newscast, a special live edition of the newscast on Animania 4 weeks. So make sure you stay tuned for that. I will give more information about that as soon as we get close to that date. Also, here's the big announcement. Here's the biggest announcement. Animania 4. For the first time ever in Animania history, Animania 4 will be streamed live on hitbox.tv. That's right, folks. Animania 4 will be streamed live on Hitbox TV on that day during Animania 4 weeks. So that means we will be streaming Animania 4 on Hitbox. And then if you want to watch Animania 4 after that live edition, you will be able to do so on the Mega Events channel on YouTube. So, Animania 4, let me just repeat myself again. Animania 4 will be streamed live on hitbox.tv, and it will be posted later on the Mega Events channel on YouTube. So make sure you guys keep a open period, and make sure you guys prepare that day for that situation. Again, I'm still kind of a noob doing all this stuff, but I'm trying to make this Animania the biggest Animania yet, and trying to do a lot of things here. So Animania 4, again, I'm just going to repeat myself, and I'll post it on Facebook in just a few minutes for those that weren't on the live edition here. But ACW Animania 4 will be on hitbox.tv live for 4 hours that Friday night or whenever it's posted. So, and it will be posted later on YouTube and VO if you want to rewatch it. And I think it's a good thing because I have a lot of surprises and moments that would make it a better situation if it was live. And I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be fun that we all have fun. There'll be a chat room, so if you guys are going to be there for the live streaming of Animania 4, there'll be a chat room. You guys can talk, and you guys can, go watch along with me. I will be there live as well. You guys can chat along in the chat room and kind of go along with the event as it continues on, and we'll see how that goes. And hopefully, it doesn't crash on me or crap on me. The Hitbox channel will be revealed sometime later this week. I know people are asking in the chat if I have a Hitbox channel. I will reveal all that information sometime later this week, so you guys can get an idea as to where it will be. So that's my big announcement. The ACW Newscast, the first one for Animania 4 week, will be streamed live on YouTube here for 2 hours, and then Animania 4 will be streamed on Hitbox.tv for the whole 4 hours, and it will be posted later on YouTube and Vio. And we will have more information on a lot of other things as we get close to the season. Get close to the season of ACW. I love you guys. I love you guys dearly. I love all my ACW fans. I always have said that for now 10 years now. But, you know, the season's almost over. I'm getting to the finish line here. It's this is going to be a very interesting hiatus I take afterwards, but I'm almost there at the finish line, so just be patient. Excel and Impulse will be posted whenever I get the chance to post it. I'm also getting a lot of the stuff done for the UCCW ACW Super Show. I'm getting the Hall of Fame ceremony done as we speak. Actually, right now, before I was even doing this stream, I was actually putting the finishing touches to the Hall of Fame ceremony and the ACW Direct episode of Animania 4 and Animania 4 itself. So it's going to be a lot of stuff. It's going to be many sleepless nights, many times that I'm really occupied to where I will pretty much be secluded towards myself. But to get this stuff done, I will have to get it done just so I can finish this all out. And hopefully you guys can all enjoy it and I can be at peace finally. So with that said, I want to thank everybody in the chat room that joined me on this live edition of the Newscast. I did promise you this, you would get a newscast before Animania 4 weeks, so here it is, apparently. I want to thank everybody for joining me for this newscast today. I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys for coming in here and just letting me know if it works, if you guys can hear my voice, if everything was good on the chat room. I appreciate it. I'm going to be doing a lot more of this kind of stuff in the near future, definitely, and hopefully this starts to become more of a daily thing where I don't have to do all these taped newscasts that waste my time. But nonetheless, again, thank you guys very much, and I will see you guys on the next episodes of Excel and Impulse as we are on the road to Animania 4. Folks, I'm going to tell you this right now. Animania 4 will be the biggest Animania you've ever witnessed for many, many, many reasons. I'm going to leave it at that and let you guys get on your jollies and all that stuff. But again, thank you guys very much, and I will see you guys when I see you. And as always, stay cool. Stay cool. See you guys later.